Can you talk a little bit about how you were able to push out the noise and just stick to the grind and work and stay present and work in the place that you were at, right? Can you talk a little bit about that?
So, so what ended up happening was, so I'm not gonna lie, like I had my battles with that. Like, it wasn't once I did said I locked in, like I still had one for them, one for that. I was doing that. Hey man, did you see he got hurt? Man, maybe they can use this, or man, what they doing? Like, man, I can go there next year or this and that. And man, and my guy, he was just so patient. And like all of those questions I had and all those times I would come to him, he was just like, Keith, look, he was like, nothing's gonna change right now. He was like, if somebody twists their ankle in the NBA, they're not thinking about you. And he was so honest with me, man. And that's the thing. And I think one thing young guys need to understand, and that's one thing I've never been sensitive to, the truth and criticism. One thing that he needs to that when young guys need to understand is that when somebody close to you tells you the truth and you start to feel uncomfortable, that's when you need to start listening. You start listening at that when that shit start bubbling up inside and you like, man, oh, yeah. That's the moment when you gotta like lock in and be like, what can I get from this? Because if it's uncomfortable, like that's your moment for growth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But if you rocking with somebody, especially somebody you work with, and everything is just streamlined, and you keep hearing what you want, man, you're gonna be so much more hurt if the results when it don't work out. You know what I'm saying? And so me and my agent, like,
I'm sorry. Dog, I can't tell you how powerful what you just said was, dog. That is game. Please run that back. Please. I need to just run that back.
Right. So right. I'm gonna say it again. So here's the thing. When somebody you're working with, and like I said, somebody you're close to, but especially when somebody you're working with and you're in business with, when they start telling you something that makes you uncomfortable and makes you want to rebuttal, and it starts bubbling up inside you and you start getting angry and sensitive and all that, at that moment, that's when it should click and you need to start listening, because there's wisdom in all of that. Because if whatever somebody's telling you, if it's smooth and it's rolling and all that, man, like, first of all, I wouldn't have been in A2 Italy. Your man wouldn't be in Serbia right now if everything was going smooth with what everybody told us, from the beginning, from high school and college and all that. We wouldn't even be here to begin with. So at that point in time, when it's uncomfortable, man, that's when you have your growth. And I think it is so difficult to understand that, especially back then it was uncomfortable. So I can only imagine how it is now with the gram and everybody flexing so crazy. And I mean, the pressure, it's got to be immense for somebody who's already not comfortable in their own skin. But man, whenever your mans tell you something that don't feel good, that's when you got to lock in at that moment. You got to fight all of that